GeekPulse Radio is invading your airwaves. Be on the lookout.
Geeks and Gamers.
Welcome, Geeks and Gamers, to GeekPulse Gaming, episode 13. Hey, Ray, it's a true baker's dozen.
He doesn't care.
No, he doesn't.
I was trying to eat my pita chip. Relax.
I am your host, 1/3 of the newly formed Cheek Squad, as per Ray. El Capitan, a.k.a. Captain Distraction, a.k.a. Tweech. I brought it back.
Thank you, because I forgot.
Osorio. Joining me in this co-op adventure of shenanigans is the Emperor of Holy Saltiness.
God damn it.
The new Mr. Switch, a.k.a. the multiple choice gamer, Aaron Morris.
Hello.
Except for PC. Don't talk PC with him. He hates it.
Please.
And the man of many nicknames, Lord Squeenix himself, and the new Cookie Monster, Ray Apollo Williams.
I am the commander of the Cheek Squad. I demand respect.
And we have a special treat for you. We are joined by special guest, CEO of Geeks and Gamers himself, Jeremy Griggs.
Yep. Get ready to hold on to your agendas and watch out for some fucking false narratives.
Yeah. Listen, there's only so long as the owner of Geeks and Gamers you can sit back and let Aaron drag the ship down before you have to step in. So that's why I'm here.
It was only a matter of time.
Do you know why? It's funny that you bring up ships because just like Black Flag, I'm not good at driving them because the game sucks. 5 out of 5 cheeks.
Well,
I don't think that's how that works.
Hey, but at least you're consistent because you're not good at driving at Mario Kart either. So
that's okay. Heather, please.
No, don't do that, Heather. Just remove Jeremy's vocals from the entire show.
You guys are terrible. So, by the way, Aaron, I believe this is the part where you're supposed to get your moment of fame here. So go for it.
I just wanted to bring out the agendas and false narratives. That's all. I wasn't going to call him any like bad names. I love him.
Objectivity versus subjectivity. I mean, there's so many things you guys can throw at me. So, but no, for real, I'm happy to be here. I'm honored to be here, and thank you guys for having me.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you.
The one place we can get Jeremy to maybe not talk about Tom Brady for an hour.
It's about time. That's all I'm saying.
He's in Madden, and that's a video game, so don't get me started.
He got you there. He got me there.
Yeah, he does. He got you.
And that was not even on PC. Yep.
Wow. So how's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone doing? Any gameplay? Because we're gonna talk about those like we always do in our Geeks and Gamers arcade. If you're not familiar with that, Jeremy, I know you listen to the show, but that's where we talk about what we've been playing, the new releases, and what we call AKA Ray's no money list because poor Ray's wallet. But so everybody good, having fun. I know you've been playing a lot of Star Wars.
Yes, sir.
I've been seeing your post, and I want to play it. I don't have it yet, so I've been playing so much of everything else though. So.
I will definitely let everyone know as this podcast moves forward that how much I love that game and be fighting all the petitions and the haters and the false narratives and the agendas.
Oh man, yeah, I've been watching them play that on the Geeks and Gamers Twitch stream. It's there's some good stuff there.
It's
the Wookiee Warrior is here with us, y'all. I want y'all to know that.
Yeah, it's I was telling Ray before the show. I mean, I always tell people if you're into Star Wars and you play this game, you'll love it. But Marquise, our lead Twitch streamer, never seen Star Wars before, wanted to play Battlefront just to see what it was all about, and now he's obsessed with it. I can't explain it. So,
it's like seriously, it's like I've never seen an addiction just like form, and like I got to see one start, and I'm like, wow, this is scary, but it's great.
And you know what's what's cool about that is, and I'm not knocking the game because I haven't played it, but even if the game like wasn't great, we just got somebody like on board to start watching all the Star Wars movies. So like that's a bonus right there.
That's a win in my book.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to Walmart the other day, and I ran into Marquise, and we were talking, and he said, "What have you been up to lately?" I said, "I've been playing Battlefront." He said, "I want to play that," and we're standing at a Redbox. He goes, "I'm just going to rent it on Redbox and play with you tonight." So that's how he got it, and then he got home, he installed it, and then he said, "Dude, I love this game. You got to get on here and play with me." I was like, "I'll be on tonight," and then that's how it started, and he won't return it to Redbox, so now he's just going to pay the full price at Redbox because he doesn't want to return it, and then he came over to my house to watch Star Wars. So we watched A New Hope, and then we watched Empire Strikes Back, and he loved them. And he was supposed to come back the following day and watch Jedi and The Force Awakens, but he won't come back over because he can't stop playing Battlefront.
Oh,
You know what? I will
that's
say-
the type of stuff that I love, though.
I gotta say too, Marquise seems like he's the type of guy that's easily swindled into buying a video game.
Swindled.
He messaged us. He messaged us the other day or a couple weeks ago about a game. Should I get Shadow of War or Assassin's Creed Origins? And Ray was like, "Oh, both Rays were like, Assassin's Creed Origins is awesome." And he was like, "Okay, I'm downloading it now." Like it was just like that. He just started downloading.
Whoa! Swindled? He asked experts in the field what game he should buy. We gave him great advice.
Yeah, he was
Sure.
informed. We informed him of a great video game, and we got him to go ahead and play it. You know, Ray, I do miss the Nile River Nut Smasher, by the way.
Well, I mean, the Nile River Nut Smasher's journey has been concluded for now. So, great game, but I had to move on to bigger and better animes. It's great.
Ray and I played some Call of Duty online together the other night.
Yeah, we did. I am cheeks at that game, but
That
it's funny.
that made me sad. I was left out. I was left to the side.
We didn't leave you out on purpose. And now everybody's gonna be like, wow, those guys are real mean. They didn't want to play with Ray. No. It's just he decided to stay on PlayStation.
I would own World War II, and I haven't liked the Call of Duty in about 5 years, but I would own World War II if I wasn't playing so much Battlefront, because I think they did a great job this year.
I had to make a choice. I had to pick between Battlefront and Call of Duty. Aaron was like, hey, I want to play Call of Duty. I was like, whatever, fine. And so that's where we are.
Yep. It's a good choice, though.
It's all good. I've been playing a lot of Destiny, so
Wow.
I started playing Destiny again with the DLC. So it's like
that old chestnut. All right.
So, Aaron, what about you? How? Okay, so we can get it out of the way. How's your Chicago Bears doing? Probably about as well.
Awesome. They're just so awesome. They're such a treat to watch every week.
Oh, the Colts! I just wonder how much more badly the Colts can lose every week. So I'm just like, because it looked like we were there for a minute, and then I was like, oh no, we're gonna lose.
Yeah, I'll save the Bears for off the air. But
He's like off the air.
Yeah. Besides Call of Duty, though, I did download the fucking Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
That goddamn game just sent me a notification. Don't even talk about that.
So it's cool. I've put like an hour and a half maybe into it, but it's kind of fun, man. I haven't gone on there and done any of the Christmas stuff yet, though. So collecting candy canes or whatever it is.
I
but
just
I'll
go
get
and
to
pick
it.
peaches, and that's it.
One game I have been playing outside of Battlefront 2 is I've been playing Super Contra on my NES Classic, and
I'm proud of you.
And
Yes.
it's making me realize how old and not good at video games I am now. Because I used to could play that game and do really well, and I can't do shit now. And
You don't have the muscle memory.
So-
anymore.
Well,
it's
but
so frustrating.
well, I mean, and as we know, all those older games, you had to like perfect
Precision,
levels.
precision.
You
man.
literally had to perfect levels to like win those games.
Mhm.
And now there's so much room for error and failure that it's like if you try to go back and play those games, it's like I'm never gonna beat this again.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter was sitting there, and she's 12, and she loves video games. She's like, Dad, you're really bad at this game, and I'm like, get your ass over here and play this. You're used to your Minecrafts and all that. Get over here and play some Super Contra. And then she couldn't play it, and she got mad, and then she stopped. I was like, see,
That's what video games were for a long time.
that's right.
I had to do that. I had to stop playing yesterday because I turned Zelda back on, and
Have you still not
Just
beat that thing?
fuck no. And I got my ass beat. I got my ass beat in one of the shrines like 3 times in a row, so I turned it off and haven't played it since.
Man.
My daughter has 300 hours into Breath of the Wild.
Oh my god.
Holy
That either means I'm a really bad parent or a really good parent.
Well, on this
gonna
podcast,
go with the
you're an
latter.
ace.
2 thumbs up.
Oh man.
Oh man, yeah. So and then I started playing Super Mario Odyssey, and kind of like Marquise,
Yes.
my girlfriend has never seen Star Wars, so we were supposed to record yesterday, but I had a school function with my kids to go to.
School function
It got
after he started playing Mario.
I didn't start playing Mario till like 11 o'clock last night.
Sure, Ray. All right, I see what you're doing there. Yeah, man.
But
How many stars you have? We'll determine how long you've played when you tell us how many stars you have.
Sir,
How many moons?
we collect moons in Mario. Thank
6
you
or
very much.
7.
Oh, wrong Mario. My bad.
Yeah, 6 or 7 moons is where I'm at right now, so I'm not that far into it.
Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's nothing. You get that in like the
Yeah,
intro.
the first. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a fantastic game.
Oh, it's
No,
so
but
pretty.
It's so pretty. Yeah, it's very pretty. But we have a list of games that Mr. Apollo went out and found that I have to go over. So
Listen,
we're
I've
gonna
been playing
jump
nothing but Xenoblade, so nothing else matters. You know that.
Xenoblade is amazing, though. By the way,
Xenoblade is great. Waifu paradise. Let me tell you.
I'm surprised. Aaron hasn't bust out his mandatory waifu reference yet.
Not
I
yet.
haven't found a time.
He's saving it.
Time and
place.
place. Yeah,
Time
he's
and
right.
place.
All right, Ray. What I got? What am I spending my money on?
Oh man. Okay, so for the Geeks and Gamers arcade, as far as what is coming out, the new releases, we have Dead Rising 4, Frank's Big Package coming to PS4.
Do people still care about that franchise?
Yeah, that's amazing to me.
It's bad. I'm just gonna be flat out. I bought that game at like one of the glitches. It was cheap, and I bought it when it first came out. That game's bad. I'm sorry. Like that game.
That's a PS4 exclusive, right?
No. It was Xbox One exclusive, and then now it's out for PS4.
Yeah, it didn't sell as
Just came
well
out.
as Capcom wanted, so they're like, "Hey, we're just gonna push it out everywhere," which is usually what Capcom does.
Yep.
I when I saw that on the games list, I didn't even realize it was still a thing. So
It's definitely still a thing.
Then, of course, as I alluded to, coming out today, Tuesday, December 5th, Destiny 2: Curse of Osiris for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. I play on PS4. Hit me up in the community if you guys ever want to get together and play some Destiny. I'm always down. Don't know why, but that's just a comfort game for me.
Did you guys happen to see that post in the group today by Tony Sin, where he had to make an apology video to Marquise for losing the bet we had, the PS4 clan versus the Xbox One clan on Destiny 2?
No,
I didn't
I was
see
part
that.
of. I was. Let me just take a moment to pat myself on the back here, because I was part of the PS4 clan, and we basically beat the season faster than the Xbox guys.
Nice.
And the bet was that Tony Sin had to make a video saying that we were better on PS4, and he's going to make a donation to Extra Life, I think.
I love this group so much.
That's a beautiful thing. I
That's
like
beautiful. Oh, that's
Excellent.
great.
Then here's another game that I didn't realize people still cared about: Steep Road to the Olympics. I remember seeing that at E3, and I was like, "What?"
I wonder if they banned Russia in that game too. Lol, sorry.
I kind of want to play Steep. I haven't played it. I know it won't be anything I'll play after like a day, but it just looks like it could be a really fun game for about 2 or 3 hours.
Like a
But what I hear
de-stress.
is really good. I hear it's really good for what it is.
Yeah. Like it reminds me of a better version of. I don't know if you guys remember Slalom for
Yes.
the NES. That
Yes.
game was
Wow.
badass.
That was
Wow.
great.
Nobody knows that game. I'm so impressed that you guys know.
We do.
My mom bought me games. She bought me the cheap games, and that was one of them.
This is why we have such a great group on the Geek Pulse Radio Gaming Podcast. If you know Slalom, you know you're gaming. And that game frustrated the hell out of me. It frustrated me back then. I can only imagine what the hell it'd do to me now. It'd probably make me break every window in my house.
Unplayable. Unplayable.
And that's coming to Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Then we have The Walking Dead, the Telltale series collection, coming to Xbox One and PS4. So it's all the episodes together in one big thing.
I might buy that.
I wish they were doing it on Switch though. Like they just released the Batman. The first
True
that
enough.
one went on Switch.
True enough. You're right.
Because I would go through and
Eventually.
I'd like to play the whole walk. I've only played a couple of
Although I
seasons.
feel like that one
Walking
might
Dead.
be pretty badly optimized. I don't know if people remember that game did not run well for a long time.
Oh,
didn't
like
run well on anything.
looks wise, yeah,
It didn't run
and-
well on anything.
Right, yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was 3 out of 5 cheeks like run wise. But cool.
Hey, let me ask
It
you
was
guys
a
a question
good story.
on The Walking Dead now, because the only Telltale game I've played is the Batman game, and I was actually
Which is excellent.
yes, and I was blown away by it, and I was told that all these games have that similar type of-
Aesthetic.
Not all of them.
Not all of them?
The first couple Walking Deads are really good. They're on that Batman level, but you got to remember when they came out. So
Right.
there
And-
is like
Yes.
that wonkiness to them.
They
and
pretty
everything.
janky. Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
my question. Is my daughter's 12. I've let her watch Walking Dead. Are the games okay for her?
Yes,
Yeah.
give her the
Yes.
game. Yes,
Okay.
give her
Okay.
yes. If she's watched the show, the game is like tame. The game definitely targets your feelings way more than like trying to shock you. Let me
Okay.
tell you.
And so this that's coming out is all of the seasons combined.
Mhm.
Okay,
I think
cool.
that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
one.
I recommend that one, and I strongly disrecommend Game of Thrones on Telltale.
Yeah, that's 5 out of 5 cheeks on this show.
Yes.
That's not the rating you want. That's
Yeah.
bad.
Tales
Yeah.
from the Borderlands was good though.
Tales from the Borderlands is my favorite, hands
And
down,
that-
Telltale's
is that-
experience.
Oh shit, Jeremy, you missed it though. You might, I don't know if you did, because it was free last month on
it was, yeah.
Xbox Gold. Xbox
No, but
Gold.
I know Back to
Right.
the Future's free this month, right? Or
It is.
coming up. So
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'll probably get Back to the Future. I haven't played that one yet either. So
But yeah,
Yeah,
if you like Borderlands, yes, Telltale Borderlands is excellent. Like
Okay.
it's so good.
Then we have Caveman Warriors coming to Switch. So Switch gets a game.
Yay.
What is
Nine-
that?
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what it is either. You can blame Ray. Send all your hate mail to lordsqueenix@hatemail.com.
For a while, I thought when I was giving him this list that all these games were made up. Because listen to these names. Listen to the next 3 names. Just listen.
This is the police for Switch.
What? Okay.
I do know what that one is. I saw that one being discussed on one of Nintendo's announcement videos on YouTube and one of their directs. And yeah, it's exactly what it says it is.
I hear that game is it can get pretty depressing real fast though. So be careful with that one.
Then we have A Hat in Time coming to Xbox One and PS4. Boiling Bolt coming to Xbox One and PS4. Then we have Justice League VR, the complete experience, coming to PSVR.
Is that Scott Snyder's version of the movie being released? Sorry, I've been waiting on that one all day. All day.
Then we have Let Them Come coming to PS4. No clue what that is. Mitch, Barry Challenge coming to PS4.
These games are made up. They're fake.
And then Oh My God Heads coming to Xbox One and PS4. Snow Fortress. Like, it seems like some of these they just like took, like I say, the darts and the dartboard and just,
Dude, yo,
you sure?
but seriously though, we could probably talk Mark Easton to get like 6 of these games.
It's true, actually. You're 100% right. But if
They
you really
are-
think about this is all like this whole list is like just like the first chapter of a Metal Gear game. Think about it.
all we're missing is
all-
Psycho Mantis.
All these games sound like remastered versions of Wii games that nobody bought.
Nobody
Shovelware?
played. Yep.
I'm sure you guys know I'm a big Nintendo defender, but when you go into a GameStop back in the day when the Wii and you saw like Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, and you're like, okay, and then you see like pancake battles and everything else, you're like, wow, they saturated the market so
It's
They
bad.
really did. It was pretty
Rainbow.
bad for a long time. Yep.
Yeah.
Rainbow Crayon Simulator. It's like
I'm sure that's a game, like actually on Steam right now.
and then finally for Tuesday we have The Surge, A Walk in the Park Read.
So that game I passed, and I think I'm gonna go back and actually scoop that up because I've heard like every time somebody says something about it that's played it, they say nothing but good things. So I'm gonna give it a shot.
And then Wednesday, December 6th, we have Chaos on Deponia coming to Xbox One and PS4. Then I believe, if I remember from the announcement, these are the PS2 classics.
Yes, you're right.
Not remasters or remakes.
Yes, they're classics. You're correct.
Jack 2, Jack 3, and Jack X Combat Racing.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Never End coming to PS4. Now this sounds like a totally messed up, or like a made up game. Square Boy versus Bullies Arena Edition
Wow.
coming to PS4.
Okay. Cool.
Then
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a word like remember when Metal Gear Rising Revengeance came out? It's like that's not a word.
But that was a really cool word. Let's think about that. This word is really bad.
This
Great point.
one is Rememoried coming to Xbox One.
I was legit just staring at that for like 2 minutes. Like, how do you say? Like, what is this?
Whatever. I'm sorry. 5 out of 5 cheeks for that name. Y'all know.
Yep.
And then we have Demon's Age coming to Xbox One.
Wait a minute. This isn't Demon Souls. Nice try, Xbox. Nice try.
Yeah, Xbox One coming and hitting you with those exclusives.
Then we have Thursday, December 7th. We have Nine Parchments is coming to PS4. Human: Fall Flat coming to Switch.
Colon
Okay.
fall flat.
Yeah.
Oh, you were saying
Human?
colon.
The colon and then fall flat.
Okay.
If that,
Yeah,
wow, you need to go to a doctor. You need to go to the doctor immediately.
And then we have Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds Overdrive coming to Switch. What?
Now that sounds like a Switch game. I'm ready for that. Yeah, man. That sounds like the best anime.
It does sound like an anime title. I'm not even kidding. And then we have Invector coming to PS4.
Okay.
Embers of Miriam coming to Switch. Plague Road coming to Switch. Plantera Deluxe coming
I'm picking that up just because it almost sounds like Pantera.
Pantera.
And that's my
I knew
favorite
you were
band.
going to say that.
They're my favorite band of all time. So
No, when he said the name and then you said I'm picking it up because I knew exactly why
Exactly
you were
where he was going. Yep. I knew that. I could feel it. I was like,
You're
here we
that
go.
predictable, Aaron. You're that predictable.
I like good music.
I won't fault you for that.
Then we have Slain Back from Hell coming to Switch.
All right.
And then the Sexy Brutal coming to Switch.
I hear that this game is actually decent,
It was
regardless of
actually-
this name.
Yeah, it was actually pretty decent. I remember when it came out on Steam. And then
Alright.
Lost Talk Incorporated coming to Switch. And then a game that is actually pretty good, Tesla Grad coming to Switch.
Is it about Elon Musk?
No.
Oh, I'm sad.
Then here, I didn't even realize that game was coming out to Mac. So we have Hello
Yes.
Neighbor coming to Xbox One, PC, and Mac.
Okay, expect me to be streaming this game. I know this. I'm the chocolate chicken of this podcast. This game here, I'm gonna play this game because it's spoopy as hell, but it's interesting. I want to play it.
Then we have Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus coming to PS4 and PC.
I'm gonna pass
Another
on
anime.
that.
And then I
Nope.
didn't even know this was a game, but Battlestar Galactica Deadlock coming to Xbox One and PS4.
Sorry, I prefer Star Trek.
I'm still a Battlestar Galactica nerd, so whatever, Ray. I don't care. And then we have Paladin, just the word Paladin.
So
Xbox
how?
One.
How?
Another
How?
blockbuster Xbox One
So we have
exclusive.
paladins, and they were like, "Hey, we won't get in trouble if we just take the S off and just call it Paladin." What?
And then for
Okay.
for some reason, we get a game coming out, a release on Saturday. Loco Roco 2 Remastered coming to PS4.
And then everybody cried because they wanted Patapon more.
Bring back Patapon.
So no Parappa the Rappa 8 or whatever. None of that?
Not this week. Let me tell you. Who knows? PlayStation Experience is coming up. Who knows what they'll announce?
I'm just saying, Sony, you're dropping the ball if you're not going to remaster Crash Team Racing. Just give me Crash Team Racing remastered. And
One of the superior kart racers. You are correct.
yes,
Yes.
absolutely. It's a crime we don't have that.
It's true.
It is very much a crime that we don't have that.
We do need another game where Aaron can make up fake results about.
You can't make up fake pictures on the internet. That picture I posted.
Yes, you can.
That
Photoshop
can-
is a real thing.
Haters will
I've
say
never
it's
heard of it.
photoshopped.
So with that, you guys have anything that you're looking forward to picking up or anything like that, or
Literally, there's nothing. I think if I end up picking something up, it's probably going to be Xenoblade from last week, just because it looks cool and it doesn't look hardcore turn-based.
Be ready for a grind, though. Let me tell you. I hope you're like. I've been waiting to talk to you about this game because this is very hardcore JRPG. Like
It's just-
hardcore.
Okay, I probably won't. But now you're making me not want to buy it. So
I'm just, like,
I don't know.
I love people. I love when people try stuff, but I also like. I know your tastes, and I also
Yeah.
don't want you to feel like you wasted your money. I don't
Well,
want you
that's
to
the
feel
other
like
thing
that.
too. Specifically speaking about money and not the feeling of wasting it, but when I feel like, oh, you know what, I want to go buy a new game, like I just keep thinking, but I could just save my money and continue playing Zelda. Like I still have so much
This is
Zelda
true.
left to play that.
Hyrule Castle is such an experience in gaming right now that you just don't get very much anymore.
Yeah.
I love Hyrule Castle. Hyrule Castle is amazing. So
And I'm not
yes,
even there
get
yet. I've only beaten 3 out of the 4 divine beasts. So
One thing that's coming out, what is it mentioned, but it's not really a purchase, is the free DLC for Battlefront 2 will be releasing. And we're getting The Last Jedi.
Already?
Oh,
We're getting The Last Jedi planet called Crate. That's the one in the trailer that, like, the red ground and the
ooh, yeah, that looks cool.
yeah. And we're getting Captain Phasma, Finn as playable characters.
Okay, now I'll buy the
And-
game, just so you know.
So that, I believe I believe on December 5th, which is what? That's today, right?
Yeah, that's today.
I think you can choose a side, either, Resistance or First Order, and there's some type of competition. And then December, I think it's the 12th or 13th is when the DLC drops for.
Which side are you picking?
Oh, First Order. Always the dark side, always the Empire, always First Order. So, but yeah, and then, with Crate and Phasma and Finn, that's going to be pretty cool. So looking forward to that. And EA, I'll pay EA whatever they want. I don't even give a shit. So
I like that. I like that Captain Phasma. So yeah, I need this now. I need that. Yeah,
it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. So I picked up what I was gonna pick up for the week. I got the game with the season pass. So the Curse of Osiris. It's actually pretty cool. It's about 4 hours ish long.
Really? Okay, that's a little shorter than I anticipated, but longer than I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and it's fun. I co-opted, I think, which is why I went through it so fast with 2 other people on your team.
I feel you.
Kind of burn through things.
Remember towards the beginning of when we started this show?
Ray, you remember the Ray, Destiny podcast?
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
But remember when Ray Apollo would be saying yeah, I'm not really playing Destiny right now. It's like it's been calling me, but I haven't been picking up the phone. Like, I'm thinking about picking it up now.
Oh, really? Okay.
I might answer the call. So I don't know, especially with the DLC that's out now. I was thinking about getting back into Destiny.
Yeah, light level increase, overall level increases. And just because we're bringing it up, so far, time on Destiny, 318 hours since September. I don't sleep.
What's the over under in Jeremy putting in that many hours to Battlefront 2?
The leaderboard is a guy named G Money, and he's got 1,541 hours.
Jeez.
G Money.
I 1,000 hours?
1,000? Yeah.
I would have to look and see what I have into Battlefront already. I don't know if I'll get anywhere near. I don't know. Go back to Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. I put like 600 hours into that, and I've already put in a few hundred hours of Mario Kart 8 on the Switch. So when I pass away and I'm being judged, the first thing they're gonna look at is, do you know how much time you spent playing fucking Mario Kart? All the things you could have done in life, and that's what you did. And that's either going to get me in or out, depending on who it is judging. But it's
at least yours is video games. They're gonna be like, "Do you remember that meme that you posted?" I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, it was real bad."
You posted that 10,000 times. So speaking of Mario Kart, I now have a Switch. My girlfriend went and bought a Switch.
Applause.
So I have to play with you guys at some point.
Yes, you do.
Really? Now, do you have Mario Kart? You have a Switch. You're good. All right.
Switch, yes.
That's you definitely got to join the discussion in the Facebook group and all the shit talking that Aaron does. And I think people are questioning, like, is this guy just an idiot, a troll, or does he really believe he's winning? Like, and it's such a great dynamic to watch.
Oh, it's so good.
It's
Christian. So you saw obviously Michael posted in there saying his birthday is Thursday, and one of the things he wants for his birthday is for all of us to get on at around 7 p.m. Thursday night and play a few rounds. And I wrote back to him, I'm like, so you really want to get your ass beat at Mario Kart for your birthday? And Christian, you replied, Aaron, please don't never change. Like, half my ass off.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
No,
but truth be told, we can get it out of the way. I have beat everyone in there a couple of times each.
Yeah.
Now, how big are the lobbies on this? Like, how big is the lobby?
Well, my dog was walking outside today and the sun shined on its ass. It happens. So it's not a big deal. I mean, it happens. It's okay.
You're not allowed to laugh like that, right?
No, what
sorry, you lose. He made me old black lady laugh. You lose. I'm sorry.
What was the question though about Mario Kart?
How big are the lobbies, like, for everybody to get together and play? Like, how many people can you play all together?
You can play 12, like, online.
I think it's 12. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll tell you right now, outside of just the racing aspect, when you go into battle mode, it's a whole different ballgame. It's absolutely nuts.
I love battle mode. I remember that. Remember for Super Nintendo? I love battle mode.
There's a shine thief on there. So basically, it's the equivalent of tackle the man with a football. So if somebody gets the shiny object and they have it over them and they're running, and you've got like 11 people just throwing bombs and shells and bananas. It's fucking crazy, dude.
That sounds like a bad time.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
I don't know. It depends on which side you're on. If you're throwing stuff, you're probably having a blast.
It is.
You're having to avoid them all. Not
Yeah, it's chaos. It's
What I
chaos.
really like about Mario Kart Online too is the choice between playing regional or worldwide.
Worldwide, yeah.
Because I like losing in my own country, and I'm tired of getting my ass beat from every other country. So
It's true. It's true.
Japan has no mercy in that game.
They really don't. Whip your ass in a hot minute. So
that sounds like a lot of fun though. I'm looking forward to joining you guys sometime.
definitely.
So with that, guys, we're now going to go to Gaming Pulse. Gaming Pulse.
Dude. Oh, we're not doing the song?
We gotta get it. We gotta get a song or something to cut it in.
Yeah, because I'm sure I steal one from somewhere else that I've heard every week, so I need to stop stealing some.
I like to put that little pause in there just so that way if Heather comes up with something, she can work her magic to give us something nice there. We usually do topic of the show or topics of the show. This week we're kind of doing one big topic. We're talking about the Game Awards and what our predictions are.
Yes, all hail Jeff Keighley. What a nice young man.
Jeff Keighley's amazingly nice. I met him once. He's awesome.
What a nice young man.
He's awesome. So we're going to talk more about the bigger ones as we discussed before the show. So like your game of the year, the best narrative, best music and score, the best performances, best ongoing game, best indie action, and then action adventure and the RPG. And so I'm going to just kind of give us a breakdown of what the games are in that category.
Mm-hmm.
And then so that way we can kind of take a look and see. We're gonna I'm gonna start backwards. I'm gonna go with looking at the RPG, and then we'll work our way up to Game of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
So for the best RPG, let me take a look and get this all.
This category is unfair, by the way.
Well, Persona 5 is gonna win.
I don't know, man, because Final Fantasy 15 is in that list, and I love that game.
I think Persona's gonna win.
I mean, but Nier Automata is honestly, I feel like the one that's actually going to win is going to be Divinity 2. Like that's the one that's going to win.
Yeah. So
what you actually think?
I think that's the one that's actually going to win. Yep.
Yeah. As they're alluding to, we have South Park: The Fractured But Whole, Final Fantasy 15, Divinity: Original Sin 2, Nier Automata, and Persona 5. And I do want to preface that Divinity: Original Sin 2 did break Steam for a little bit.
And it's only available on PC. I mean, that's what it's got going against it. That's it, though. That's the only thing going against it.
Aaron won't pick it then.
That's exactly right.
Of course not. But I'm also not a big fan of Final Fantasy 15 being on the list. I'm not a fan in general of games that came out the year prior, but like towards the end
I
of the
think
year.
there's a cutoff list. It came out after November 15th.
It came out in December. Last year, so it's on the list because I'm
glad it's on the list because it deserves to be on that list.
It deserves some kind of recognition.
Yes.
I think I would have been sad, more sad if it didn't get any kind of recognition at all.
Like if you pick up that game right now, as they've completed it, they've patched it, everything. It is one of the best JRPGs you can get. Like period. It's great. I love it, and it's really accessible for people to just pick up and play. Now that they've adjusted some of the story elements. But it's wonderful. I love it. It's beautiful. It plays well, and I mean, it's a boy band fighting monsters. So there you go.
I mean, my heart wants to go with Final Fantasy 15.
Same.
But I honestly think two games that can kind of stand out to me that may sneak in and take a win are South Park and Persona, because Persona, I know they got a lot of buzz around.
So. I mean, I feel like Nier, they were just like, oh, this game's amazing, but where can we put it? I feel like, unfortunately, it's in the wrong, like, in this category, it just doesn't have a chance, I don't think.
I don't think so. It's not as RPG-ish as...
Right, exactly.
It's much more of an action game.
I feel like, between Persona and Divinity, that's where it's going to be. That's where it's going to be.
I just
final votes.
Yes, for the simple fact, and I haven't played any of these games. I mean, I have played Final Fantasy a little bit. Haven't played Persona, but just for one of our former editors, Joshua Volkers, and his worship of Persona 5, I'm going to be pulling for Persona 5 for him. So, and I mean, if you look at the reviews, though, I mean, it's phenomenal. It's definitely one of the best reviewed games of the year.
It's a fantastic game. Like the music is good, the story is great, the combat is fantastic. Like the level design is also beautiful. Like it's a really, really good game.
You just think it's misplaced. It's misplaced.
It's like, okay, that's cool. But I feel like popular vote will be Persona 5. I really think so.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So so what I'm looking at for next is the action adventure game.
This category is not fair at all.
This
Like, not
category,
fair.
my head and my heart are battling with each other because it's like I can't. I can't.
Wow.
It's Uncharted Lost Legacy, which Uncharted is, as you can see behind me, Jeremy. Uncharted is like my favorite thing ever. Like I have then Assassin's Creed, Long Live the Nile River Nut Smasher.
I'm so mad because that game was so goddamn good.
It got overlooked on a lot of lists too.
It really did, and that's
overlooked on
because it's got the name Assassin's Creed attached to it. That's why.
And then Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
You see what I mean?
Super Mario Odyssey, and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Let me start. Let me start here. I just want to say one thing, and I'll let you guys get to it. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy is not even going to get like a nod in this. Unfortunately,
it's outclassed by the rest of the games. It really is.
Unfortunately, is the right word because it's a fun, great game. I really like Lost Legacy, but with the other four that it's up against, it doesn't stand a chance. Like. It's not standing up to Zelda, Mario, and it's definitely not standing up to Horizon in that category. So.
Nope.
Yeah, but basically, did you guys watch wrestling back in the day?
Yes.
Yes.
So basically, this category for Uncharted is Triple H when he was in the era with Stone Cold and The Rock.
Oh,
back in the Attitude Era.
Yeah. You're so right. Oh my God.
You know, that's go back. Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead.
I don't know what to say really after that. I was going to make my prediction. So action adventure, I'm going to go ahead and go with Horizon Zero Dawn as my pick.
Okay.
And I'm picking it over Zelda because I'll just get to that later. But as fun as Mario Odyssey was and is, I like Horizon more. Just a little bit.
I have not played I've played Odyssey, played Breath of the Wild. I haven't played any other games. That's the life of running Geeks and Gamers and having a kid. But Breath of the Wild, I think, is going to it should win every category it's in. And
let's be honest, it will.
And the only thing I can do is judge it based on the reviews and the reception it's received, and nothing is even close this year. I mean, Odyssey's gotten great reception, but I think we all know that Odyssey's gotten great reception, but it's not the same reception as Breath of the Wild has gotten. Breath of the Wild is so deep and there's so much to it. Odyssey, there's a lot of nostalgia with that one from Mario 64. Fantastic game though. But yeah, and I really want to play Horizon. As a matter of fact, Marquise is actually going to let me borrow a Horizon soon so I can play it.
Ooh.
And I'm really
good friend.
And he's actually got a PS4 Pro. I don't, so I may just go to his house and just sit on his couch and eat his food and play it over there.
You need to see this game in a Pro on a 4K TV if you can.
Yeah, and he has a PS4 Pro. He has a 4K TV.
It is gorgeous.
He's probably gonna have it. He'll have a new roommate for the weekend.
So and Aaron, you gave us which one did you pick? Yours was Horizon?
Horizon, yeah.
Aaron,
yours was, or not Aaron, but Ray?
This is really difficult for me. Because if you go by just how they describe best action adventure game, they say for the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. I have to, with all that in mind, and I've played all these games except for Uncharted, actually. I think I also have to give it, as much as I love Assassin's Creed, I also have to give it to Horizon because it has the best combination of all those things.
Sure does.
The combat is fantastic when it works well. Let me tell you, you will have some issues with that, Jeremy. Sometimes it's a little weird. The mechanics in that game, the gameplay, sometimes it can't keep up with you, which is a little weird for me.
It gets in its own way, yeah.
But yeah, exactly. But most of the time, that game, the combat is fantastic. When it works really, really well. So it's got that going for the traversal. Like running through this game, I'm either half the time running away from something or just trying to walk around because this world is super interesting. And you also have a lot of different ways to get around, which is nice. Assassin's Creed is beautiful. Egypt is really well done, but just walking around it is kind of a hassle sometimes because it's Assassin's Creed. That's one thing they haven't fixed yet. And puzzle solving. Of all these games, besides Zelda, Horizon does have some pretty. I mean, I can't even say that Zelda has the best puzzles, but still, as a package goes, Horizon. I'm giving it to Horizon for this one.
My last little thought about Horizon, just real quick, is I think it gets the nod in this category because it's new.
True enough.
It's a brand new. It's a brand new.
I would say
game,
as a new IP, yes. Because a lot of
Yeah.
people would argue when you put Mario and Zelda and something like this, you have to. I guess you don't have to, but it's like, is this the best Mario or is this the best Zelda ever? Is what
Right.
has to come into the conversation, I guess.
I will say though, when you're, it's been a long time since a Zelda game was actually legitimately considered better than Ocarina.
That's
And
true.
That's
I
a
mean,
massive step.
a lot of people get mad at me because I tell them all the time I don't like Majora's Mask. I did not like Majora's Mask. I didn't. I just
That's
didn't.
divisive. That's one of the more divisive Zelda games.
It really is. It's like I just did not like the way that game played. Everybody gets mad at me. Like, how could you not? 'Cause I didn't. I didn't think it was good. It wasn't
Right.
good. It wasn't Zelda. After playing Ocarina, why would I play that?
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta. It does mean something like to take it to where it's not just another Zelda when it's
Mhm.
being called better than Ocarina. So
Mhm.
that makes it a little different than Skyward Sword or Wind Waker.
Yeah,
Great games, but they weren't considered the best game of the year. This one is by a mile, at least in a lot of people's eyes. So it's going to be interesting for sure.
It will be interesting. I mean, and like we said earlier, it's going to take the category. It's
Yeah,
gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely Horizon Zero Dawn in this category would be my pick too. Just because I mean you've heard if you've listened to us up to this point, you've heard us talk about Horizon Zero Dawn to this point.
Mhm.
But if you haven't, go back and listen, and then come back, check it out. Not really trying to give spoilers or anything, but we all Aaron, Ray, and I we definitely agree that Horizon Zero Dawn is something special.
It is. And if you want me to talk about the DLC, come ask me because I just finished that recently. Also phenomenal, by the way. Just
Turn your location off too.
listen here. You don't want these hands. You don't want them.
So the next one we're looking at is best action game. Now I really feel like this category is also not fair. Not so
It's
much
not.
because there's so many games.
Who put Prey in here?
But yeah,
Whoa.
because
Prey in
of
its
some-
own right is really good.
the nominees are Prey, Neo, which was phenomenal,
Phenomenal. Ugh,
Destiny 2, which has a special spot in my heart. I don't even know
does
why.
not deserve to be here.
Cuphead,
Why?
Cuphead, and Wolfenstein 2.
It's a first person shooter. Get
Yeah,
it out
but
of my
it's still
category.
action. It's
Get it
still-
out of my
that's-
action category.
Whatever.
No.
you're splitting hairs
I
here
mean,
because
honestly-
it's a game filled with action.
You got plenty of hairs in that beard. We good.
In my heart, I really feel like Neo should get the nod here, but I really think Wolfenstein is probably going to take it.
But it's a first-person shooter. It's a first-person shooter, though, right? That's what Raider said.
Wolfenstein. It's got way more substance than Destiny 2. Let me tell you.
Doesn't make any sense to me, man.
No. Mm-mm.
They're both first-person shooter games, but they're also action.
Listen,
That's what
so
shooting
Destiny
is.
2 is like, hey, we have a really good, I can't even say really good. We have a decent concept of you being a space person that shoots other space people. Wolfenstein 2 is
in first person.
That's not the part I'm harping on. Destiny 2 is really shallow compared to Wolfenstein 2. Like the story is there, the action's cool, but nowhere near as cool as Wolfenstein 2's action. Like Wolfenstein 2 was go, 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 shoot, 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 blow explosions everywhere. That's action. Destiny 2 is like, oh, go shoot these robots in the face.
So Wolfenstein 2 is Michael Bay. And Destiny 2 is
It's a little harsh. A little
Is that
harsh.
Yeah, that's
Destiny-
a little harsh. That's a
Destiny
little
2
much.
is- Destiny 2 is Zack Snyder.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I was going to backpedal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Zack Snyder. Because I like Armageddon. If you don't like Armageddon, we got problems, okay?
I like that movie, but like, I don't
I
know.
love Armageddon. And The Rock.
Wolfenstein
okay,
2
I'm
is
gonna get
really
I'm
smart.
gonna get
It's
upset.
really smart. So I don't know. It does the best with action and the narrative that it tells. Like,
Does anybody think Cuphead deserves
Yep.
it?
That's my pick.
I'm actually Cuphead's my pick. Yeah.
Because I mean, I want to see the 2D old school difficult game get recognized. So
I mean, I'm talking shit about Destiny 2, but I don't really even care about it because Cuphead wins this category for me. It just does.
So with that, now that we've kind of talked about Cuphead and the 2D and that kind of thing, we come to best independent game or indie game. So we have Pyre from Super Giant Games. We have Night in the Woods by Infinite Fall. We have Cuphead by Studio MDHR. We have What Remains of Edith Finch by Giant Sparrow. And we have Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice by Ninja Theory.
Ooh.
This category already has 3 top runners for me that I could pick in a heartbeat and then be fine with the pick.
Yeah.
It's just not really fair for the other 2 games, and I know they're great in their own right. But honestly, I would like to see Hellblade or Cuphead win this one, with an honorable mention to What Remains of Edith Finch.
I've heard really good things about that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm going to pretty much mirror, in a way, almost what you said. I think What Remains of Edith Finch would be cool to see that one win, but I don't think it's going to. And I want to see Hellblade take this category, but my prediction is Cuphead.
I'm giving it to Cuphead again. Like, I love Cuphead. Cuphead, even after hearing the story, like, if you haven't heard the story of this studio, like, find it. I think IGN Unfiltered did a really good job of talking with these guys. Their game is phenomenal and full of heart and hard work. Like, a lot. None of these other games aren't, but Cuphead is special.
They have like a grassroots thing.
Yeah, it's like these 2 brothers who had like, dead end jobs like most of us do, and they were like, "Hey, what if we made a video game?"
Nice.
And they did, and it's one of the best video games I've ever played. Straight up.
I'm definitely pulling for Cuphead.
But yeah, that's a hard one too.
Yeah, that one's another tough one. Now here, the next one is best ongoing game. Now there are some games on this list where I'm
Here you go, AA Ron. You could have Destiny 2 here, I guess.
So number 1 is by Warframe by Digital Extremes, which I've heard is actually what Destiny should have been, and but better.
I would say that.
Rainbow Six Siege, which took the world by storm, 2 years ago, coming out December game, everyone forgot about it, and in 2016, and then in 2017, or it came out late 2016.
I can't believe that game is that popular. I just can't.
And it just took off, and it
really did,
like a rocket ship. Just
they supported their game and their community, and their community stuck by them. That's what it takes. Like that's what you hope for. It's like, if our community sticks with us, we'll be good. And their community just like took them.
Yeah, and then the next one is Overwatch by Blizzard.
Yes, please.
Which I have a special spot for because I love Overwatch. Then the other one is Grand Theft Auto Online, which technically isn't its own game. It was an added game mode to Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah. But
it just they keep supporting it. And again, it's the Rainbow Six Siege effect where it's just they're supporting it, so their community supports it. Then Destiny 2, Bungie Activision. And then the underdog, I guess, of these game awards, which actually isn't even a finished game, and I don't really see why it's exactly here. Player Unknown's Battlegrounds by PUBG Corp. First and foremost, Player Unknown Battlegrounds is not a completed game. I really don't feel like, no matter how much buzz, no matter how popular it is, no matter whatever it is, it's not a completed game. It's still in early access. There's no reason why it should be on any game of the. I get the buzz and the hype behind it.
It's popular.
And that's the thing. People would have the pitchforks and the torches ready if it wasn't on any list. But I really don't feel like, as fun as it is, because I've played it and I own it. I'm one of the millions of people that bought it. But I really don't feel that where the game stands, that it should really be in Game of the Year contention for on any platform. Maybe best upcoming game, or coming soon, or however they look at that. Like,
well, it wouldn't win that category though. So I feel you. There's a lot of people that feel the same way that you do. A lot of people. But there are a lot of people who are like, PUBG is like the only game I played this year, and it's amazing.
My prediction is that PUBG wins this category. But I would like to see Destiny. Well, I can't even say Destiny because it's not good. It's not as good as Overwatch.
Overwatch is my pick, even though I love Destiny and I've played, but I've played, probably two to three times as many hours in Overwatch as I have Destiny.
I also pick Overwatch. Overwatch is fantastic. I love that game.
And here, I did not like Overwatch. Shockingly, I know everybody's going to get.
It's not shocking. Don't worry.
I would like to see it win because
I've never played it.
It's got such a strong community. People love this game. The people that love it. They're passionate about it. It's unique. It's cool. And I'm all for that. I don't really care what my personal opinion is. If people are really into a game, I really want to see it succeed, and I want to see that community have more games like that. So I'm pulling for Overwatch.
I will say, as much as I want Overwatch to win, I would smile real big if Warframe won this.
Oh, I would love
real big.
I would love if Warframe won.
Did
Overwatch
any of you
to win.
guys download that?
I have it. I still boot it up every once in a while. Warframe was one of the first PS4 games you could get, and I played the shit out of it when it came out.
No.
Great.
I'm talking about the free to download one on Xbox, right?
I did. I did.
That's what it is.
That shit is that shit is booty butt cheeks of the highest level.
Listen here, you are banned from using the word booty butt cheeks. That is mine. TM, every time you use it, you owe me $15. Thank you very much.
I'll pay you double to tell you how booty butt cheeks that game is.
That game's great. We'll play it together. I'll show you the light.
Okay.
No, so anytime anyone brings up Overwatch, Ray knows it's one of my favorite games, and it was my game of the year last year.
Mm-hmm.
But what people have actually, they actually will invite me to a chat party, and they'll be like, "Hey Ray, do your Reinhardt impression." I'm like, "What?" Like, and I was like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, and I'm like, "Oh, don't worry, my friends, I am your shield." And they're like, "Oh my god, that's
it's pretty good." See, it's pretty good.
But that one's a lot of fun. So next we're going to go for best performance. This is another one that I struggle with because it's like
there's a lot of really talented people in this category.
Oh man. And for the first time there's no Nolan North and there's no Troy Baker either in this.
You know why? Because they didn't have a game that came out this year.
Remember the one year?
Oh wait, no, take that back. I'm pretty sure Troy was Talion in Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
Isn't Troy Baker? Isn't Troy Baker also in the Telltale Batman games?
Yes. True.
Yes,
I think so.
Yes,
yeah.
I think he's the Joker.
I think so. Yeah.
But this one is one where I'll be happy because two of the actresses that are nominated here, well, actually three of them, I'm really pulling for because they're from, of course, Uncharted. There's Laura Bailey, who is Nadine Ross, and Claudia Black, who is Chloe Fraser.
There's only one person who I want to win this category.
I know who it is. There's Melina Juergens, who was Hellblade as Senua, and then there's Ashley Birch, who was Aloy in Horizon Zero Dawn, and then Brian Bloom for Wolfenstein 2 as BJ Blazkowicz. So
fuck Brian Bloom. I'm going for Ashley Birch all the way.
Yes, I gotta give it to my girl Ashley. I love her. Ever since I found out who she was through Ash, What You Playing, she's fantastic.
Yeah.
And yes, her as Aloy is a really engaging and she's such a character, like an actual character, and I love what she brings to that character. So yes, I hope Ashley wins this 100%.
I'm gonna defer to you guys because you have much more knowledge and education on this subject than me. And instead of bullshitting my way through it, I'll just let everyone listen.
Yeah. So your vote would default to Ashley Birch then.
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right. Next we have best score / music, and this again was a really tough call. Because I've actually listened to music from all of these games, and the music in these games are phenomenal. Destiny 2.
I'll give it that.
They stepped their game up with the music this time.
Even everybody was pissed off when they fired old boy. I don't remember his name right now. Everybody was mad.
But I think that was for the better. I think honestly that drove them to Cuphead. The music in Cuphead is just so jovial and so light. So
the
fun.
Sounds in general. Oh my God.
It's
good.
Fun. And it's just like, it takes you back to that time of like those old Saturday morning cartoons, and stuff like that. And it's just like, it brings back that nostalgia, but it's also doing something new that we haven't really seen very much in video games before. Then Nier Automata, which it's Square Enix and Platinum Games, and they always have really good.
The soundtrack.
The music is good in that game. It's good. It's good, but the problem with it is that it's super repetitive.
Yeah.
There's like only a very small amount of music in the game, and it's repeated constantly in areas where there shouldn't be.
Okay.
Then we come to the legendary, the one and only, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. The composition of Breath of the Wild.
I'm not giving it to Breath of the Wild. And you know why? Because they don't have music when I'm fucking running around.
Other world, yeah, that's the only downfall that, like you said. that there's like no like traveling music. There's nothing going on in the world.
It doesn't help build the scene when I'm playing. Like when I'm in situations where I would like to think, oh, so music would make this even more epic. There isn't any. And as much as I love the way that music sounds when it's actually there, let me tell you, Hyrule Castle, the music's there and it's great. But I was like, where was it? Where was this the rest of the game? Like where? Where was it? So yeah.
Then Mario Odyssey.
That's my pick.
It's beautiful.
Odysseys is fantastic. It's, I mean, if you want to say anything negative about Breath of the Wild, you can kind of pick apart certain points about the score and the music, like it just did. Odyssey, holy shit, man, it's so good. It's so good. And the more you play it, the more you start learning those scores, and it just, man, it hits you right in the nostalgia, and it stands on its own too. It's fantastic.
The one thing that I was talking to someone about when I was talking about Super Mario Odyssey and the music, because what really drove me to play Mario Odyssey the other night was Stacy was playing, my girlfriend, she was playing it. And that's and then when she was playing it, I just heard the music. I'm just like, that music, like if you ever wanted like music to personify someone, that music personifies Miyamoto. I swear to goodness, it personifies Miyamoto.
That's a good point.
To a T. And it's just like, it really makes me proud I was a Nintendo kid, and it really makes me proud that Nintendo, where we are now, is still making these great games and things like that we can enjoy and experience and things like that.
I'm with you.
Last but not least, Persona 5. Persona 5 has an excellent...
See, the thing is, if Mario was not in this category, Persona 5 would win.
Yes.
Because Persona 5's music is excellent. It's so good. It's so well done. That's one of like the highlights of that series, just in general. Is the music. It's so good. But this Mario Odyssey just score is perfect. Honestly, that's the only word I can think of. It is perfect. It fits everywhere in that game. It's
this
really
going to be like, this could be the category that we're all in agreement on then, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if Xenoblade was able to be eligible for this, I would pick Xenoblade because Xenoblade's music is incredible. It is so good. But Mario gets my pick for this one.
You know what I like about Xenoblade's soundtrack? Because what I do is I like to go to YouTube whenever I'm doing things randomly around the house or whatever, and just put on random video game scores. So this is
I knew we were friends, Ray.
Insight into things. So, and then some of my favorite things on like Spotify are like the gaming tracks and stuff like that. So just going through, and I'll just put whatever's new in the gaming, and there'll be like different melodies and different, just different things thrown together, different playlists of new music. And one thing that Xenoblade so far is I like the climb of the music, and just the seriousness, and then the tone. And I was a music major in college, so I kind of get all those nuances and things like that.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
I then later switched for computer science because.
So you wanted to make money. I understand.
Yes, it was like I really love music, but it's not going to get me anywhere. So, but
I get it.
But no, that was really, really great, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But my pick would be Mario, even as much as I want Destiny to win.
I mean, Destiny does a really good job. Like the music when it swells gets you right in the moment, but Mario just every note.
It's consistent. Right consistent.
Yep.
It's a clean sweep from Mario.
Yep.
Then what we're looking at next is we're getting closer to the top nod of the year, but best narrative.
This was hard.
Best false narrative.
This is
this edition.
You've been sitting on that one for how long?
He's been waiting.
So best, and
if he had that type of patience in Mario Kart 8 and would hold some of his weapons, he might.
Shut the mic off.
So I've played 3 of these games, and then I have the other one still sitting waiting for me to play. In this, so it's What Remains of Edith Finch. Great storytelling, outstanding storytelling. Near Automata, from what I've heard, the story is like first class. It's great, but it gets kind of convoluted with some of the game. The game gets in its own way.
Yep.
And then Hellblade, I heard the story in Hellblade was
insane.
Amazing. Wolfenstein 2, and then Horizon Zero Dawn.
Woo!
This is another loaded category where it's like any one of these in a blind,
you're right,
survey, whatever, blind vote, any one of these games can win on its own. for one reason or another. But it's just like, what is the consensus going to be? And that's really what's going to drive this.
I honestly could see it going only one of two ways. It's either Hellblade or Horizon. That's the way I see the general vote going.
I would want Hellblade to get the win because I believe Ninja Theory really deserves a win because of how hard they worked on Hellblade. And for those that aren't familiar, Hellblade is a spiritual successor to Heavenly Sword.
Yes. Also a great game. Just had really terrible 6 execution.
Such a good game.
Yeah. Great game.
Heavenly Sword was awesome.
So the nostalgia factor for me, knowing how awesome Heavenly Sword was and everything like that, letting Hellblade get it, but Horizon Zero Dawn takes my vote.
That story, I'm also mine. I'm just because I'm gonna chime in now. The story and the world in Horizon Zero Dawn is one of the most interesting I've played in years. That story is so interesting.
It's not the rinse repeat. It's not the rinse repeat thing.
It is something where I was like, oh wow, but when you finally get to the hook of what actually happened in that universe, I'm like, holy shit, wow, that's super depressing, but really awesome.
Yeah. If I'm going on prediction, I think Horizon's going to take it. Just on everything I've heard, I think that I think it's a slam dunk, honestly. Just from all of the rave reviews, all of the details, and who knows narrative better than me. And so if I'm, I'm going to go with Horizon.
But let's be honest here. If any of these games won, I wouldn't be mad. I mean, and that goes for any of these categories, by the way, except for Destiny 2 as best action game. Don't do it.
I'm going to also pick Horizon, but a hot take. I wouldn't be super surprised if Wolfenstein 2 won.
Yeah, I can see that. I hear because Wolfenstein does something that people don't like. I hear there are lots of parts where it makes you uncomfortable, and I feel like that's a good story. That is a good story. If you can make me uncomfortable, if you can make me feel something that I don't want to feel, I think you're doing something right.
Side note: I know we're talking about the Game Awards, but did you guys see the article that came out? I believe it may have been like Eurogamer about Detroit Become Human and the scene from the trailer that they recently released.
Yes, I've seen that, and how people are like, "Oh, this is terrible. Take this out of this video game. How dare you put something like that in that game?" Okay, whatever.
Hasn't everything been done before in Grand Theft Auto anyway?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
just about. But no, that was just one of those things where when you said uncomfortable, that trailer makes me uncomfortable.
Yes,
but it makes me uncomfortable in a way where it makes me think more about the situation, more about the scenario, and it drives me deeper to figure out why, how we got there, and what the after effects and the consequences are. So
let's do it. Let's do this.
All right. So honorable mention to something that we didn't actually pick and put in the. It's actually a game category that I really love that the Game Awards added to there.
Which one was that?
You should already know by the kind of person the Games for Impact, Ray.
Yes.
You forgot we left that one out. So this the way that this category is captioned is for thought-provoking game with profound pro-social meaning or a message. As you guys know, last year that Dragon Cancer won. I still can't play that game without breaking down and it destroys me. I can't.
It's one of those games that I really don't want to get up in my feelings, so I'm not gonna play this game.
Yeah, we did a review on the site for that in last year, and man, after reading the review, I was like, I don't think I can deal with this.
Exactly. It's like I couldn't do it.
As a parent, I just couldn't bring myself to play it. And I started playing it, and I got like half hour in, and I just literally pushed my keyboard away, pushed the mouse away, and I'm like, nope, can't do it.
Yeah. But I'm glad you brought I'm glad you brought up this category because there's a game in here that I played and I love the series, and yes.
So please knock on my door. Night in the Woods, Life is Strange Before the Storm, Bury Me My Love, which I was doing some research about that. Oh man.
Yeah, that sounds heavy. That sounds heavy.
What Remains of Edith Finch?
Sounds like an 80s rock song a little bit.
Ooh, it really does, doesn't it?
No, that's a game that'll really make you get in your feelings though.
Oh, really?
And then Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is the last one. I would really love if Edith Finch wins this one, but I could also see the sleeper being Life is Strange coming.
Life is Strange before this. Holy shit! I've been playing
I think it's it's gonna be either of those games that you two just mentioned, but I feel like it should be Hellblade because of the mental awareness issues and stuff from that game.
Yeah, man.
And
I can see that one on Night in the Woods, honestly. Yeah.
To anybody that hasn't played Hellblade, and if you're thinking about doing it, play it with headphones on, like a set of gaming headphones. That's the best advice I could give you.
All right.
That's almost good advice for almost any game at this point, man.
True enough.
Like when I was playing Outlast and I had my headphones on and I was just like, I couldn't hear anything outside.
No,
of
thank you.
It's not just that. It's not just that, but like the game of Hellblade, it's kind of got like a mental awareness issue type of feel to it,
Okay.
Because of the main character's
so without giving too
thoughts
much.
in their head.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you're playing,
I got
if
you.
like you hear, you're like, what? Like it's insane.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but I wanted to bring up that game because that category, since they've kind of made it a thing, it really kind of always stands out to me every year. And the games there are not always the most popular or the most actiony or whatever. They're just games that are trying to do something different and kind of give a narrative or give a social context to something. Now we come to the big one of the year here, the game of the year. So what they say is recognizing a game that delivers the best or the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. That's one reason why I don't feel the one game that I've already mentioned tonight belongs here.
I mean, I get it. In this particular category, yes, 100% agree with you.
So the very first one is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Then there's Super Mario Odyssey, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Persona 5, and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Is it nice or what to see Nintendo in here just pumping out just superstar games? Like,
I mean, yeah, man.
Two Nintendo games in the Game of the Year category.
I said that when we saw Mario. I said, "Oh man, it's going to be a toss-up between Zelda and Mario this year."
Everybody knew.
I don't know if we knew how well received both of these games would be. I mean, we knew they would be received well, but I mean, you did have your Sunshine, your Mario Sunshine. You did have your Skyward Sword but both of these games are like all-time great in terms of how
I 100% agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to think about it, Jeremy. So what did we have before we got these games? We had the Wii U.
Right.
Like I would say probably like an all-time low for Nintendo.
Yeah. Now I will say in terms of their marketing, because I will defend the Wii U for it had great games, but the marketing is the worst marketing in history.
It is true.
Like I feel like Nintendo. I'm a big supporter of Nintendo, but I don't want to go on a big rant here, so I won't. But
no, I feel like
I feel like Nintendo gets a little arrogant sometime, and because the Wii was such a huge success and it was a massive success, I feel that Nintendo said, "Hey, people are just going to buy the Wii U because it's us." And it's like, okay, do you realize that like 85% of the people that bought the Wii are people that don't like stand in line at GameStop? They aren't waiting for the next system. That name recognition means nothing, and most of those people thought it was an add-on to the Wii.
Yes, it is. They're like, "Oh, how do I buy one of those tablets?"
Is it just a controller?
Yeah, how do I buy one of those tablet things for I actually literally heard that in GameStop.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I have one.
And so I can't argue it though. Bottom line, the Wii U was a huge low point for Nintendo. So for them to come back with these massively all-time great games, it's truly amazing and it's great to see.
You guys remember the first time we did Game of the Year talk a couple episodes back towards the beginning? I was talking about, mine too, because all I was saying was how Horizon Zero Dawn was going to be the Game of the Year. But facts are facts, and
it's true.
False narratives and agendas aside, Zelda is the greatest game of the year, hands down across the whole thing. It's better than Horizon by not much, but it's better.
I think that, and I think the way you can look at it too is if Horizon, and again, I haven't played Horizon. I look forward to playing it very soon. The fact that it's in the conversation with something like Zelda is a huge testament to Horizon.
True enough.
You're a completely unknown, title, and you're going up against arguably the single greatest franchise in its greatest moment. that says a lot about what Horizon's been able to accomplish this year.
Wow. Yeah, that's like really well said. Yeah.
That's definitely well said.
Seriously though, I loved Horizon, and you know it. I will gush about that game forever. But as the category states, it recognizes a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all the creative and technical fields. I had a lot of technical problems with Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, game is great. Like, that's why I say best narrative all the way. That game is fantastic. But as far as a total package, it does not compete with Zelda. It just doesn't. And I hate to use this analogy, Jeremy, but Zelda is the iPhone, and Horizon is the Note 8.
Oh man!
All right, so
both great.
I'm
Great.
just gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet. I'll let you go. I don't want to get us too far off topic. Go ahead.
So
Go ahead. Good one.
As far as my favorite game of the year, I would go Horizon, just because it took me and it did something that I really enjoyed. But if out of this pick, if I had to pick game of the year, it would be Zelda, Zelda Breath of the Wild. So,
like Zelda.
See,
PUBG doesn't even belong.
We're not even talking about it no more. PUBG, like, whatever, it's there.
It's there, but it doesn't deserve to be there. So many other games could have been in that spot.
Seriously though.
I thought that a lot of people, I thought that Jeremy was going to pick Mario because of some of the posts in the Facebook group that I've seen before and stuff. And I feel like a lot of people are going to lean towards Mario, and I think it's going to be because of the nostalgia factor of Mario. Not to take anything away from the game, the gameplay is great, but when you put Mario up to Zelda, it's in a different class to me. So,
and it goes back to the conversation we talked about before. I don't think so. Mario Odyssey is like one of the best Mario games I ever played, but I don't think that it's the best Mario ever. I feel like Breath of the Wild, and a lot of people disagree with me, and that's fine, is the best Zelda game ever made. I mean, even, just a few little things I talked about earlier that I nitpicked, I still would pick this game to play 10 years from now more than any of these other ones. Not just because of, it's technically different. No, like, as a game, I prefer that style game just way more. I feel like it's the best version of Zelda you can give me. Like, that's what I think Zelda is. Explore.
It's like Ocarina of Time on steroids, kind of.
Seriously, and that's why I love it so much.
I'm gonna follow off what you said. Is basically my two favorite Zelda and Mario games were the Super Nintendo versions. So A Link to the Past and Super Mario World.
Yes, that's my absolute favorite game of all time, by the way.
Yes. And
which one? Link to the Past?
Which one? Link to the Past or Mario World?
Link to Past.
Okay. And so for me, Breath of the Wild did surpass A Link to the Past, whereas Odyssey didn't come anywhere close to Mario World, Super Mario World for me. Not saying it's not a great game because it's fantastic, but just on my personal preference list. And Breath of the Wild, man, it's a transcendent title. I mean, it's going to be discussed. It's the new Ocarina. And again, if you can be the new Ocarina of Time after this many, what is it? How long has it been since Ocarina?
Almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years.
Woo!
Again, every Zelda title we've gotten over the last 20 years, none of them have been regarded as better than Ocarina. So it's not something that people just throw around lightly. It's something that, if that was the case, then Skyward Sword would have been the next. And nobody called Skyward Sword.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah. And so, I do though. I love Odyssey. I'll on a replay value situation, I may play Odyssey more just because it's so damn fun and the music's so great and it's so wonderful.
I tell people all the time, if I want to go back to a game that reminds me why I love video games, I'm gonna play Super Mario Odyssey. That game was it's a really good video game. but
Breath of the Wild is like Lord of the Rings epic.
Yes.
It's got that epic feel like a Lord of the Rings. And I don't want to sit every weekend and watch Lord of the Rings, but when I do watch it, I'm like in awe of it. So Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
So
hell yeah. By the way, my favorite Mario is 3, then 2.
I love 2.
I'm gonna make the uncontroversial pick because everybody gets like, what's wrong with you? My favorite Mario is Super Mario Sunshine. I love that game. I love that game so much.
It's a great game.
Sunshine was an amazing game.
And that's why I think I love this one so much. It's because it's so much like that game.
if I had to pick my favorite video game music ever, it's Mario 2 on
I feel
Nintendo.
you. I feel
I
you.
have
The
that.
music in Mario 2 is like, I wish I had that on like repeat in my car all the time when I'm not listening to Michael Jackson.
I was about to say when MJ's not on.
Right.
Yeah, Mario 2 's severely underrated. A lot of people thought it was so weird when it came out because
It was, and that's why it was awesome.
and it's so good. I love it so much.
That was a great game. And
Are we all in agreement on Zelda?
Zelda on this one.
Hey, when you
I
guys
love
want to have
Game of the Year.
a retro gaming episode, just call me up. I'll jump on
Oh
here.
yes, please. I would love
Anytime.
That. Great.
So-
Like every time. So every show in the background, I've just got my
Oh yeah,
SNES classic.
You know what?
Just
We
running.
should set a date and do it for Patreon.
Yes, actually,
call.
that's a great idea.
You know what? Every now and then, Aaron, you fuck up a lot, but every now and then, you come with
This is true. I'm not gonna disagree with him here. But if I can say one more thing to the main topic, which is weird if I'm the one trying to get this thing back on track right now, but can we all just bask a little bit in the happiness that there's no PC games nominated for Game of the Year?
There is a PC game nominated for Game of the Year.
No.
PUBG.
PUBG.
No, he just said no.
It's
No.
not a real game. It doesn't count. You already said that it doesn't count.
I said it doesn't count, but it doesn't stop it from being nominated.
It's not. It
I
doesn't
do.
count.
Speaking on that topic, I want to know: do
Shut
you
up, Aaron, he got your ass.
when I tell you when I say and Half-Life 2 is my single favorite game ever made. Do you consider that a PC game? When I say
No,
that,
I consider that an Xbox game.
No, it's a PC game.
No.
it's
no,
it's a PC game. It was
It's
just
a-
converted over to 360.
And better. And much better.
It's a PC game. That is Valve's lineage for PC gaming. So with that, guys, I think we had a great talk with the predictions for the Game of the Year. Ray is currently losing himself on mute right now. But I think, Aaron, this is going to be a good time for us to go into the Geek Mail.
Fuck you, Ray. I know he's over there fucking.
Ray is losing
It doesn't count.
right now. So, Aaron, let's go ahead into the Geek Mail. Let's see what the Geeks and Gamers wrote into us. Let's do a couple because I know, like I said, I love doing the show with everyone, and I kind of want some feedback on something. Actually, guys, for you guys that listen, what do you feel is the right amount of a show or content or something like that you're into? Because I like talking and I like kind of getting the being thorough and having the great discussions, but I don't want to take it into the territory of where it's almost unlistenable because you're just like, man, I'm never going to finish this thing. You know what I mean? Like, I know for me, the perfect amount is, anywhere between 45 minutes and maybe an hour and a half at most. And that's where, because I used to listen to stuff like the Bombcast from Giant Bomb and stuff like that. And those episodes are like 3.5, 4 hours long. Like, I don't know what you guys' feelings are on that, but I don't want to be too long. These two are going back and forth probably.
It's just because I'm trying to do something serious and get ready to read the question, and he's just going to continue to send memes. Like that time you guys were going back and forth about fucking Capcom for an hour. So I'm going to start with Tony Sin, who has written in every week with pretty decent questions. So he wants to know from all of us. We get to choose one gaming franchise to fit each of these criteria. You have to kill a franchise, reboot a franchise, and resurrect a dead franchise. So let's start with Jeremy on this one, the guest.
Kill Grand Theft Auto. Never been a fan. And then it was reboot and resurrect a dead one.
Yes, sir.
If I'm going to reboot a franchise, see, this is going to be a loaded answer because Nintendo is coming out with a Mario game. I mean, a Metroid game, a new Metroid game now, finally, after screwing it up for a few years. So I don't really know if I want to reboot them because we have one coming out. Oh man, this is a tough one. Reboot, and then you're going to have to come back to me because I'm going to have to think for a minute now. But GTA's dead. Done. Over with. And I apologize.
I might borrow yours for mine to kill because I'm done with GTA. Ray Apollo.
So I'm killed by Call of Duty. I don't need. We don't really.
We agree there. That was going to be my pick.
You serve your purpose, and I really respect you.
Before World War II, that would have been a good answer. But
yeah,
no,
I mean, I understand, but it's like it's good, but where do they go from here? That's all I'm saying.
What purpose are they serving?
I don't think. What else do they do now? Like World War II is great, but
what are they going to go on a stretch of World War II?
I don't know what they're going to do now. So I'm sorry, Call of Duty. I love you, but you've done a good job. Bye.
You did a great rebuttal against me, so I'm going to let you have it. Unlike Aaron, you actually stepped up to the pressure and handled the situation. So.
No, I agree very much with Ray Paulo on that one. An agreement.
I'm sorry, but by Call of Duty. What's the next one's reboot?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Armored Core. Give me a reboot Armored Core, please. I know that they've talked about it, but just give me a reboot. And not Train Simulator. I don't want that one.
Train Simulator 2017. All right.
And bring back a dead franchise. Legacy of Kain. Bring that back. It's dead. I want that back though. I feel like that could be really good in today's age. Yeah.
I've got my bring back one is Crash Team Racing.
Yeah, that's a good
Give
one.
me
like
Crash Team Racing.
We just got that remastered Crash Bandicoot, right? Yeah.
Yep. And we just need some, CTR.
That'd be
and
good.
All will be good.
Ooh, what about PSX, Jeremy? What if they actually give us that at PSX? That might be something that's something we could get. For real.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Because they did give us the Crash reboot that they did, or the remaster that they did. So yeah,
that's something we could totally get. That's real.
Yes. I just think that it's a huge missed opportunity at this point for PS4 being so successful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they look at Mario Kart 8, I mean, Nintendo basically just brought it out for another system. The same game, added some stuff, and it's
literally the same game.
It's moving millions and millions of units.
Yep.
Give me Crash Team Racing. Give it to me.
It's over when they bring Smash Bros over though. So
yeah, and that's what was that game that Sony came out with, the Smash Bros.
PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
Yeah. How about reboot that and make it good this time?
I also think that might be happening. Seriously,
wink. Yeah, that was actually a great game. I had a lot of fun.
I enjoyed that game.
But here's the problem. When I played it, all I wanted to do was play more Smash Bros. That was the problem.
100% right. 100%.
Because it's cool to play. Like Kratos is God of War 3.
Mm-hmm.
The God of War franchise is among my favorite games of all time. So playing as Kratos in a Smash Bros situation was a dream. But as soon as I started playing it, I'm like 5 minutes in, I'm like, this is so cool. So you know what? Why can't I take
Smash Bros does it better.
Let me put Kratos in the Smash Bros game. That's really all I wanted to do.
Yep,
so,
you're right. I agree with you.
Do you guys remember Power Stone?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Also a great one.
Yes.
Oh man,
Yep. Definitely.
I would go with obviously I said we're killing GTA. To resurrect a dead one. Obviously I want to say Too Human, but I'm gonna pick something different this time.
You gonna pick something good? Thank you.
I'm gonna go with Fable.
Ooh, well, yes.
Well played,
Chicken
sir.
Chaser.
Well
Good job.
To reboot. I want them to redo Prince of Persia the right way.
Hey, you picked two real good. I'm so proud of you. Those are real good.
And I'm going to also say, can we resurrect F-Zero?
Yes, please. Thank you. Somebody else
F-Zero.
in the world is like,
I love
F-Zero. Thank you.
Yeah. Can you imagine having F-Zero on a Switch?
It was so good.
Do you guys remember how hard GX was, though?
Yes.
I appreciated it, though. It was a lot of fun when you
But
learned how to play it.
Yeah, but it was still hard, even once you learned how to play it.
But yeah, F-Zero game now will be awesome. I'd love to play it on my Switch, especially with that music. Give me F-Zero with the music. Yes, thank you.
Yes, yeah, good
right.
question, Tony.
So my picks would be to kill off Call of Duty. I agreed with Ray. That was my pick. That's where my mind went to. As far as resurrect, you guys remember Siphon Filter?
Yeah, we have mentioned that game on this show before. Yes, we do.
I want to resurrect that and have them make it from the ground up and bring it back. And then as far as a remaster, I want Resident Evil to get back to Resident Evil.
Okay, did you play 7 though?
Yes, it's getting there, but it's not
I'm about to say, yeah, so it's getting there. 7 is
on.
like, yo.
Let me see. When's the last time Resident Evil was great, though? Let me ask you that, in your opinion.
5.
4.
5.
Okay.
4.
No, 5 was
4.
not good. No.
Yes, it was.
4.
No.
4.
Resident Evil, the first Resident Evil is still one of my favorite games ever. And then obviously 2 was good. 3 it was good, but you could start to feel that the franchise was getting listed. And then 4 changed the game a little bit. Amazing. And then when 5 came out,
changed the game too. 5 changed the game too and made a really fucking fun co-op game.
Yeah, it made a really fun action game out of a horror game. It was Michael Bay took over the franchise, basically.
That's the right way to use Michael Bay. There you go.
Fuck you, Ray. A good game is a good game, man.
Yeah, so,
Resident Evil 5 was a go
ahead. But no,
so 5 was terrible. That was the decline. That was the start of the decline.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Yeah.
You guys are out of your minds. 6 was trash.
No, listen,
6 was trash.
Like I said, a Bears fan typically doesn't understand what standards are. So I love you, Aaron. I'm sorry.
Can we name this episode the Roast of Aaron Game of the Year?
Hey, listen, you know how many episodes I've listened to myself get shit talked by you?
True.
I've had to bring it.
With true things, though. I said true things. You made me buy the shit Samsung phone.
Okay, he got you there, Jeremy. You tricked him. You got him.
No, listen, I told him that you iPhone users typically are simple-minded individuals. And you can't handle technology. And I warned him.
The feelings of Jeremy Griggs are expressed on the show do not reflect all of the other hosts on the show. So
I felt all those bullets just whiz past me. Oh, man.
Like it's one of those things where it's like, remember from Mortal Kombat when you get a toasty?
Hey, look, I had to come back on the Samsung Apple comparison.
I was waiting for it. Damn. All right. Okay.
All right. So
next one, right?
Yeah, so next one. But my last and then honorable mentions would go out to Half-Life, the Half-Life series.
Oh, how did I forget that one?
Bring back Half-Life.
I'll give you that.
I think I've just accepted that it's never happening at this point. I think that's where I'm at with it.
There's a running joke on my other podcast on Nerd Overdrive that Half-Life 3 is never happening. And we troll my best friend Lee. We troll Becky, his wife, and I. We troll him.
You know what's funny? It's like that Sinbad genie movie. It never existed. We made it up.
Yeah, exactly.
But also to make a movie reference, I just feel like, you know how they're always trying to reboot The Crow?
Yeah.
Every once in a while. Like, I feel like that movie is perfection and some things should just be left alone, and Half-Life should probably just be left alone. Like, why tarnish the good memories, you know?
I mean, but I just feel like there's so much more that they could do with updated technology, and we know Valve knows what they're doing.
Let me ask you guys a question about Half-Life then, real quick, off the top of your head. Sorry, but do you think that a brand new Half-Life game coming out this gen would be as amazing as the brand new Zelda game was that just came out for Switch?
There's a chance, yeah.
Like, could it be that? Could it be like on that level of greatness?
I'm thinking, for me personally, I would be satisfied, but we live in the internet age now.
Nobody's ever happy. Yeah.
And so expectations, especially from a PC gaming crowd, I feel it would probably be a very divisive game, no matter how good or bad it is. I think if it was really bad, the people that want it to be good would just praise it beyond praise because they've been wanting it for so long. And
that sounds like something relevant. Justice Fam, happy law friend, Justice League.
And so, yeah, I think it's probably missed its window, and I think that's the point you're trying to make, and you're probably right. It's probably missed its window. It probably should have came out 5, 6, 7 years ago at this point.
You're right.
It's a good point.
Next question. Guy you guys may have heard of, Thomas Gilkey.
Oh,
hey, what's up, Thomas?
Basically the producer of our show at this point.
He's
right?
amazing.
Yeah. Kind of same subject, but a little bit different. He wants to know, what's our favorite board game of all time?
Monopoly.
Shit. All time?
It's Monopoly. But I do love Operation. Operation was amazing back in the day. But Monopoly's come out with so many different versions. that it's just like you can get any type of Monopoly game at this point.
Yeah. For me, it would be chess, the game of kings.
Wow, you cheated. All right. Does Connect 4 count?
Yes.
Yeah, that's mine. I'm picking.
Even though
that one.
technically it doesn't have a board,
I know.
it counts. It has a structure in which you have to play the game.
That's my pick.
I mean, Monopoly is the GOAT of board games, obviously.
Yeah, if you want to
but-
hate everybody that you love, that's fine.
Right. It doesn't change the fact that it's the GOAT, though.
It's
But
the
shout out
Mario
to,
Kart of its day.
Shout out to Clue. That was always fun for a little bit.
Yeah.
Clue was cool. I enjoyed Clue. And Guess
So-
Who? Remember Guess Who? That one was.
Guess
that
who was
awesome.
always fun.
I
Yeah,
do
Guess Who
also
was
remember
cool.
that one. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
girls have the Disney one. It's actually a lot of fun.
You remember Crossfire?
Oh yeah.
Don't get caught up in the crossfire.
That song was so awesome. That was such a good song. Wesley Campbell wrote in, what is a game that no matter what you would always want to play, old school or new school?
Mario Kart.
I was like, because I think he took it as maybe like if you're kind of in that gaming lull where you just don't know what to play or something like that, like something that you could always go back to no matter what.
Yeah, Mario Kart will always be my answer.
Mario Kart's a good answer though.
I would say Call of Duty online multiplayer. Call of Duty for me is like kind of my go-to when I don't feel like getting in a story or anything like that. Just to kill time, it's going to be multiplayer Call of Duty.
I will say though, and it's way too early for me to say this, but I do feel that in 5-10 years from now, I will still be playing Rocket League when I just have 10, 20, 30 minutes to spare. Rocket League's amazing. Like it's
That's
just
a lot
like
of fun.
you just throw it in, you turn your brain off, and you play.
I'm glad y'all like that game.
You don't like Rocket League?
Man,
No,
no.
he does
Nope.
Golly, man.
No, he does not. He does not.
Incredible.
Nope. I don't see it. I just don't get it. But that's just me. Like I know everybody
Yeah.
loves that game. Like it's
Yeah,
really
I
well
love
done for what it is.
I love
I just don't. Nope.
When someone called me and told, I can't remember who it was. Somebody's like, "Hey, you need to play Rocket League." I'm like, "What is that?" And they're like, "It's a
Probably John Morgan.
It was it's a game with cars and you play soccer." And I'm like, "That sounds stupid." And
You were right.
I played it and I'm like, "This is genius." So I love that game.
Did you guys play the original, the Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Power Battle Cars?
Super chopper. What?
I did not.
Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Power Battle Cars.
No, I'm good.
What was that? What system did that come out?
PS3. It was a successor to Rocket League.
I've
Made by
never
Psyonix.
even heard of that, but I'm gonna look for that now. Like, is it decent? Is it okay?
I mean, it's pretty much Rocket League, but they made Rocket League with more polish and more stuff. It's essentially the same thing.
Okay.
I've never played either.
I'm good. Nope. It's okay.
Hey, Rocket League's on the Switch now.
Yeah, that's definitely a game I think I want to get for Switch just
That's
to have
the
it.
only place that I would give it a chance. The only place.
I have it on PS4 and Xbox One, but I'm waiting till the physical copy comes out because I don't like physical. I don't like digital.
Oh,
Yeah, I have it on PS4 and PC. So
What was the question again?
A game you can kind of always go back to, like no matter, even if you're down on gaming, if you're not feeling like in your gaming mood, you
Ooh.
can still play this game to get you.
So this is weird because I'm gonna say Golden Sun for the Game Boy Advance, or
yes.
classic Mega Man. So
Oh.
that's just where I am. Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say Pokemon.
that was like my close third for real.
That's my So mine would be out of the old school stuff. Probably like Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. The old RPGs that came out, you remember Advance Wars?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Advance Wars, Fire Emblem games within the tactical grid based. I love Fire Emblem. Like I'm like right now, I'm dying to get Fire Emblem Warriors for Switch because I want to play it. Just to kind of scratch that Fire Emblem itch because I played the most recent Fire Emblem that came out on 3DS, and it didn't quite do it for me. I liked
Echoes?
it. The Shadow of Echoes of Valentia, or whatever.
I've heard really good things about that.
It was actually it was good, but it didn't. I don't know. It was tough to relate to the characters because I don't know. The characters were different. It was a little bit different battle system than Awakening and Fates and Fate, the Birth and Conquest.
I did not play those actually. I need to go back and play those. Although they're probably going to be on Switch soon, so I'm just going to wait.
I'm hoping they'll come on the Switch, but now looking at it now, Diablo 3. Diablos Assemble. I that game got me through a lot of really bad times, but that's a game that I could pick up anytime and I just play back into it. And like Jeremy said, kind of just turn your brain off and you just go around and kill things. And
That's a good game. That's a good pick.
Cool. That's it, guys.
all right.
Yeah, I just did 3. I told you. Had to save room for Jeremy's agendas.
All right, guys. So at this point of the show, we are now at our Geek Outs. So this is where we give mentions to anything going on, upcoming events, anything going on that we want to, kind of make the community aware of or anything like that. So definitely, Jeremy, if there's ever anything that you can think of, if you want to just send it to Aaron before the show, we can definitely make sure we put it in there. I try to cover as much as I can in the outro.
Okay.
What's going on with Geeks and Gamers. But is there anything that you have that you want to give a geek out to?
Well, the pressing matter right now is next week here in Pensacola, Florida, for The Last Jedi. We are having our meetup. We are Thomas Gilkey is actually going to be flying in from Massachusetts all the way down.
Shake that man's hand one time for me.
I will. He's awesome, and so he's flying in. We're gonna have about 30 or 40 people here from Geeks and Gamers total at the theater for the 6 p.m. premiere of The Last Jedi. So we're gonna do a big photo op. We're gonna be giving away prizes. I'll get to speak to the theater before the movie starts. We're gonna have a table set up, a Geeks and Gamers table at the theater. We're gonna give away some Funko Pops. So I'm really, really excited for this, and this will probably be one of the bigger meetups we've had. We had a similar meetup in Montgomery, Alabama a few months ago, but super, super excited, not only for the meetup, but obviously there's a small little independent film that we're watching that's going to make some noise called The Last Jedi. So
The little indie movie here. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Aaron, any shout outs, geek outs you want to give?
Just to you guys again. Shout out to Jeremy for being on. An extra shout out to Michael Calloway. I know him mostly from the Mario Kart thread, but his birthday is Thursday, so happy birthday to that guy. I'll be on there for his birthday, handing him out ass whoopings.
Wow.
That JR would call a slobber knocker. So
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I can feel the love. It's great.
yeah. And
Right.
of course, I'll send an extra shout out to the Bears for losing single-handedly by nothing but field goals from their former field goal kicker, who also happens to be the Bears' leading scorer of all time. So they got rid of him, and now he's beating our ass by himself.
That sounds like karma to me.
All right, Apollo, Lord Squeenix.
Of course, yes. I do the usual. Thanks to you guys. Appreciate you guys taking the time out of your busy schedules to come together and put together such a great show. Yes, this is a great show. And if you don't think so, come meet me in these streets. Sorry, just kidding. I love you. Also to the community, thank you guys for listening. We do this for you. We want to hear from you all the time. If you have questions, yes, please. Hey, when you see this posted, comment. Tell us what your game of the year is. If you don't agree with anything Aaron said, which is like most people, that's fine. Tell him. Because he loves to hear that. He loves it. I love to see it too. I heard all those comments. Trust me. But yes, thank you. This community is great. I love to interact with you guys. So yes, please do so more. That's all I got.
And before you wrap it up, Ray, I just want to say to you guys, thank you so much for bringing your talents and knowledge. Well, talent not minus Aaron, but your talent. No, but. For real though, thank you guys so much. I mean, you've humbled me with this podcast. I'm honored that you guys spend your time doing this every week for Geeks and Gamers. And I'm going to do all I can to continue building this brand. I want more people listening to you guys, interacting with you guys, because I do think you guys have amazing opinions and insight. And I just can't wait to see where the future goes from here. And you guys are a huge part of it. So honestly, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to hear that.
Am I allowed to say you're welcome?
He was muted. He was laughing so hard he had to mute himself. It was so funny.
All right. So first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to you, Jeremy, for giving us the opportunity to do this show.
Yes.
Because I was like, I don't know how many people are familiar, but I was approached by Chris Kubiak. He's just like, hey, Geeks and Gamers wants to do a podcast and I want you to host. And I'm like, okay, what is it involved? And what's Geeks and Gamers? Because I was like vaguely familiar with you guys at the time. And he's just like, oh, you'll meet, Jeremy, who's this, and he was like introducing me to everyone. Then then there's some people that I talked to that are no longer with us, and then there was this like whole thing, and then I got to meet Aaron, and that was right around the time you were playing Hellblade, I think, Aaron, at the time when we talked, and then you were playing Uncharted not too long after that. So it gives you kind of like a timeline of just the last couple months or so. And then so just kind of coming together with Aaron, we were looking for a co-host because we wanted to have a third. And then we went through a couple people, and then Ray Apollo's name came up, and I was like, yes, I love Ray. Ray's like my bestest friend ever that I don't get to talk to that much.
Yeah, because it's funny. This podcast literally brought me back to the internet, essentially. I had fallen off the face of the earth. That's why they're like, oh, why did we think? Because I had literally fallen off the face of the earth. Like, I had just disappeared from everything. Mostly because I was just living my life, working. and then they approached me with this, and I was like, well, shit, yeah. I think that'd actually be a lot of fun at this time. So it was like, this was perfect timing for me because, yeah, I literally I wasn't talking to anybody, wasn't doing anything but working. And this was good for me. This is very good. So thank you.
Glad to hear that.
But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun, and I look forward to it every week. And it's definitely a highlight of my week to be able to talk games with these guys, and to hear the community enjoys it. And they look forward to our episodes and everything like that. It's very humbling because it's like I'm just a guy on the internet, that people are choosing
right?
to. It's like, okay, well,
no,
cool. Thank you.
You can ask Kiku this, but after the first episode or two, I called him up and I said, dude, you struck gold with these guys. They are kick ass. They are so good. And he goes, I said, you just need to let them know.
Minus Aaron.
Yeah.
The indoctrination has worked.
We love you, Aaron.
But I was from the first episode. I was like, man, and I think I even told Aaron that on the phone. I called him up and I said, dude, episode's great. Chemistry's great. You guys have great knowledge, and you can tell that you all actually are friends, and you're not just on a podcast just going through the motions. You actually, get along, and great chemistry. So it's awesome.
Yeah,
Aaron's been one of my favorite people on the internet for a very long time, and he knew that. He knows that. He really does know that.
I kind of got to know Aaron, but I feel like Aaron is like my newest bestest friend now, because like we just sit there and we just BS and talk about random stuff all day. Him, Ray, and I. Well, not so much Ray, because Ray ignores us most of the time.
I'm working all day long to support y'all.
I know. Like we talk about all kinds of stuff, but it's just random fun that we have, and I'm thankful for you guys. But that'll be the shout out here for this week. If you guys have anything you want to talk with us about, leave your feedback. Like Ray said, get a hold of us. When the episodes post or anything like that, we definitely love to hear from you. But that will be all for this week's Geek Pulse Gaming. If you enjoyed the show, hey, give us a like and share with the fellow geeks and gamers in your life. If you didn't, send us some feedback at the Geek Pulse Radio Network Facebook page, Geek Pulse, geeksandgamers.com. And hey, you can always hit up Jeremy. I'm sure he'll be glad to take any feedback or any kind of ideas or anything you guys have. I know Jeremy's been very welcoming to me coming from outside of the community and everything like that. But like I said, thank you again. But be also sure to follow all things geek by subscribing to Geeks and Gamers on YouTube. Now, one thing I want to break the intro here for a minute. I know, Jeremy, you've been working on the YouTube very hard, slaving away on it, working it out, getting it going, revamping. Yep. And I know I talked to you about it a little bit. I'm like, hey, I have an idea, this kind of thing. And I'm actually was like, hey, he actually took my comments to heart, and he's working hard at it, and it was awesome to see.
A lot of good things going on, and one thing, and Aaron gets mad every time I bring it up, but we've switched over the Instagram account, and I've been running it. And Aaron, you're the reason why, because you used to pester me so much about Instagram anyway. Like every day he would message me, he's like, "Hey, like the post on Instagram." This is all he would say. Like at least 4 times a day, he would just text me, "Hey, like my post on Instagram," for the Geeks and Gamers account.
It worked. I made a fucking name for myself, and now I'm hosting a fucking podcast.
But yeah, so our Instagram account. Our Instagram accounts do it really good. Then obviously our Facebook groups, we're over 26,000 total members. Facebook groups, and we've got Patreon. A lot of plans. Yeah, we've got a lot of plans for the YouTube channel. A lot of things we're developing. I'm working on a new podcast for the Geek Pulse Radio Network that I'm going to be hosting, and Patreon. Patreon's something that I'm going to be laying low for the holidays because I just don't want to make people feel like they have to give us money this month. But Patreon launched last month, and we raised $150 just last month We're at $120 this month. That's a great start for me as far as what my expectations were. And we have a Patreon specific group on Facebook. I do live Q&As. I get in there and let the community know what we're doing. And we're very transparent about where this money is going to be going, and it's going to help us build geeksandgamers.com. And so it's a really exciting time. And moving into 2018, there's a lot of plans that we have working behind the scenes. And thank you guys for continuing to support it.
Okay, and if you're new to the show, as we always reference, you can join the community, facebook.com/groups/geeksgamerscom. Like Jeremy just said, hey, you can support Geeks and Gamers on Patreon, patreon.com/geeksandgamers. And you can all follow the adventures of the Geek Kind with our friends over at the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/gaming with geeks. Follow us on Twitter at geeksgamerscom and Instagram geeksandgamerscom. So shout out to Aaron that's how I met Aaron and how I know Aaron. He was the social media guy when I first met him. So that's how I was introduced to Aaron at first by Kiku. But thank you guys for the wonderful insight, all the great conversation and the laughs. We always have a lot of fun here, and this has been great. But as always, that'll be game over for now. On behalf of Aaron Morris, aka the new Mr. Switch, aka the multiple choice gamer, Mr. Ray Apollo, the man of many nicknames that they're too long that we're going to eventually have to pay like trademarks or copyrights if we keep saying them all. And our friend, and you're always welcome here with us, Jeremy.
Yes. Come on back.
geeksandgamers.com.
Appreciate that.
Jeremy Griggs. This is Ray Osorio, El Capitan, aka Captain Distraction, or Tweech. I have to do it now. Tweech. That came from last week's episode. And as always, guys, that'll be game over, game on, and as always, rise above.
Hey, by the way, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is on Netflix. Go watch it.
I have photographic proof of me beating Jeremy in Mario Kart. Fuck off.
Nobody cares. Shut up, Aaron.